Hello, everyone. It is so good to see so many people joining a minute early. Overachievers, that's great. Rachel and I are just going to wait here for a few minutes for more folks to join us and log on. So you're in the right place. This is a QGIve and Rachel Muir webinar.
I'm going to put the link in the chat for everyone to download the slides because we're talking about this earlier. Sometimes people want their hands on it right away. I have a sleeping puppy on my lap who doesn't bark. He may make an appearance. His name is Max.
That's amazing. I don't know if I speak for everyone that's coming in, but we are very okay if we see the puppy.
Oh yeah, here, I'll let him make a little appearance right now. I'm just going to post this link. All right, Max, you want to say hi to everybody? This is Max. Say hi.
Oh, is he a little King Charles
Yes,
spaniel?
yes, yes. Oh yeah, he is the sweetest pony. A friend, someone gave him to us at the beginning of the pandemic, and he's made life more awesome and brighter every single day. Oh my God, he's like a professional snuggler.
Dogs and pets can bring so much joy to our lives.
Gosh, they're amazing.
Yeah. As we wait for more people to join, do people want to go ahead, post in the chat if you are a cat or a dog person, and if you have a pet, what their name is? I always love hearing pet names.
I'm both.
Both, okay.
Oh my God, Victoria's a cat, dog, and horse person. Ooh, Artemis, that's a cool name.
He sounds distinguished.
Ooh, Grayson. Oh, Piper and Bailey, those are cute. Siegfried.
Okay, Siegfried is very cute. I feel like Siegfried has a monocle probably and a mustache.
Oh my God, Diego, Pippin, Molly, and Mickey. Those are 4 cats. Indiana Bones and Agatha Harkness. Okay, I'm feeling not as good. Pebbles, Poochie, and Buttercup. Oh my gosh. Okay, those are awesome names. I love Buttercup. Buttercup was my favorite Powerpuff Girl. I have to say, we have a cat named Freddie Mercury. We have a cat named Ron.
Genius.
We have a cat named Ron Burgundy. He doesn't. Sadly, he doesn't share Ron, that character's flair for living. He's very grumpy.
Fidel Castro.
You guys are hilarious.
Yeah, I don't think this group is going to struggle coming up with names for their monthly giving program.
And they have, oh my goodness, what about this turtle named Michelangelo that Stacey Davis has?
Genius.
I love it. I love it. Okay, should we start? It's like 1:02. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it. Well, hello, everyone. You are in the right place. This is not a webinar about our pets. It's about monthly giving. So welcome to Show Me the Monthly Money, how to launch a monthly giving program with QGIve and Rachel Muir. We are so happy that you're here. I'm going to go ahead to the next slide here. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Milena Cromie, and I am QGIV's PR and communications manager. I've been with QGIve for just over 3 years. And QGIve, for those of you who may not have heard of us before or are new, this is your first time on a QGIve webinar, we provide fundraising software for nonprofits, which includes donation forms, peer-to-peer tools, auctions, text fundraising, and outbound messaging. We serve over 6,000 new nonprofits in the US and Canada, and part of how we help people raise more is through webinars just like this one. And I've noticed as people are coming in that there are a couple of familiar names here. So if you're a QGIve client and you're curious about how you can apply today's webinar to you, just reach out to me and I can help you and get you in contact with the right person. And if you're not a QGIve user, no worries. Everything today will apply to you and your organization. A little bit of housekeeping before I turn things over to Rachel. We are recording this webinar, so everyone who has registered will receive the recording along with some awesome resources and free tools and tips afterwards. You will also receive the slides. And in case you're not aware, Rachel did share the slideshow in the very beginning of the chat. So it is available if you kind of want to follow along and see some of our notes. Feel free to ask questions. We're very interactive. Please use the Q&A box for your questions. The chat fills up super quickly and gets very busy, so we'd like to use the chat just for banter back and forth. Questions go in the Q&A box, and we'll cover those at the very end of the webinar. Oh, and of course, we're on social media, so please follow QGive and engage with us for more free fundraising goodies. And without further ado, I will go ahead and hand it over to our fundraising superstar, Rachel.
Awesome. Awesome. I am so excited to get to be with all of you today. This is such a great topic, and I can't think of a better way to spend your summer, frankly, than getting your donors to give 2 to 4 times as much money. And the beauty, I mean, am I right? What do you think, Milana? I think that is a really great way to spend your summer. And you're going to learn all the ways to do that today. This is all about starting a monthly giving program. And, I want to say here, you can start small. Everyone starts somewhere. You could start and have 5 donors. Those 5 donors are still going to give you 2 to 4 times as much money as donors who are not involved in a monthly giving program. So our goal here for you today is just for you to get started and take the first step. And whether you have a program or you don't have a program, this workshop is for everyone along the spectrum. If you're doing monthly giving, I'm going to show you how to do it better. If you're not doing monthly giving, you're going to get everything you need to launch it. My background is in fundraising. I spent my whole career fundraising, and I absolutely love helping make fundraising easier and more fun for fabulous fundraisers just like you. I have a program that I do where I teach fundraisers all about how to fundraise more successfully every single month. So if you have fun today and you want a little more Rachel in your life, I just put the link in the chat to that program. It's called League of Extraordinary Fundraisers. You can learn more about me on my website, which is rachelmuir.com. And this is all the fun that we're going to be having today. We're going to be talking about why do this, some myths and truths, how to sell monthly giving to leadership, which is basically you're going to show them the charts and the graphs of how much money they can raise, and that's going to push them over the edge. We're going to talk about who your best prospects are. We're going to talk about how to steward and upgrade. We're going to talk. I'm going to give you some examples of asking for monthly gifts. I'm going to ask you some really great questions. We're going to do a poll in a little bit just to find out more about what you're doing with monthly giving. And like I said, even if you are doing monthly giving right now, you're going to learn how to do it even better. So if you are brand new to monthly giving is having a regular, recurring monthly donation through a credit card, through electronic funds transfer. That's through like a direct bank account transfer, which is actually the smartest way to set up your monthly giving because, credit cards have expiration dates and you are always going to lose a certain amount of donors through a credit card expiration date. But people rarely change banks. Most people stick with their bank account for a very long time. So EFT is a really great strategy. So that's one thing. If you're doing monthly giving, you can enhance your program by offering EFT as an option. A monthly giving program, if you've got a relatively sophisticated one, it has a name, it has an identity. So we were joking about all these awesome pet names, and judging from everyone's incredible creativity, I'm sure that for those of you that have a program that's named, you've got a really great name for it. But having a name for your program gives you an opportunity for people to feel like they're part of something bigger, like they're part of something exclusive. It gives them like that feeling of I'm special and I'm part of something bigger. And you may have a name that relates to your organization, to your mission, to your programs, to your founder, to someone famous. Where I'm going to show you lots of examples of those. What's different, what makes a monthly giving program a program is that it has a branded identity and it's marketed with a tangible offer, like your $25 a month feeds a kid for a year, and that you've given people a reason to make their gift monthly, and you treat these donors as a special segment. If you aren't treating, yes, the slides do download immediately, and I will put that link in there. All you have to do to enter in your contact information, and you should immediately be able to download them as a PDF. If I've done all my technology tricks, I do all my own stunts. If I've done all that correctly, you should be able to download them immediately. But you need to treat your monthly donors as a special segment, meaning they need to, one of the greatest gifts we can give our donors is the gift of being known by us. And when you communicate with them, you want them to feel known by you, that you know that they are a monthly donor. Okay, so I'm going to start some polls, and these are, so we set up these polls here, and you should see all of them at once. I'm going to see if I don't show an option for me. You want to do them? Okay, she's going to put them up, and I want to say, I've got lots of different questions, and you're going to be invited to answer all of them. There's like about 4 different poll questions.
Oh, ruh-roh. They're not appearing. Let me.
Okay, well, you guys, I'm going to invite you to type in and answer this question for us. Are you 1, 2, or 3? Type into the chat and tell us which one you are. Okay, so Lindsay has an option on the donate form, Penny, Betsy, Madeline, Josh, lots of people, Simone, lots of Brett, lots of people. I'd say the most amount of people just have an option on the donation form. A lot of you aren't doing it yet. A few of you have a branded program and they're doing campaigns. And when I say you're doing a campaign, you are regularly trumpeting your monthly giving program. You're doing email campaigns to recruit people. You might be doing telemarketing campaigns. You may also be doing direct mail campaigns to invite people to join your monthly giving program. So I would say the vast majority of you, from my very quick scan of all the awesome people that answered, is that it is 2. Most of you just have an option on a donation form, and you are in the perfect, most awesome place. If that is you, you're in a great place. And I'm going to keep going, but if for some reason the tech gremlins smile on you and you want to launch the polls, just give me a shout, but I'm just going to keep on going. So you let me know, no worries. If you have a monthly giving program, my creative fundraising friends, pretty please with sugar on top, type the name of your program and how many donors belong to it. Like, Heartbeat of Hope. I love that. Circle of Saints, Jessica's got 30 donors in Circle of Saints. Carissa is rocking it. Carissa has Circle of Champions with 1,500 donors. Awesome. Madeline Partners Program. Madeline, tell me the name of your organization. You may be, I'm guessing, Human Rights Campaign. The No Matter What Club with 11 donors. That's what Emma has. Food and Water Watch. Awesome. Way to go. The roster. Angie has one. Lizette has the Fight Club. Urban Ecology Center has the Hive with 30 donors in it. I love this. Lauren has Rise and Fight Club. The Sowers. Boys and Girls Club Rock Stars, reaching our club kids, about 15 donors looking to learn how to expand. I love it. We've got the Posey Society. Lee Posey was our founder, approximately 15. Whether you have 15 or you have 1,500, you're in the right place, and I'm excited that you are here. And kudos to those of you that have a branded program. I've got one more awesome interactive opportunity for everybody. I'm going to give you guys, so do little math, tiny math. Okay. The best score you could possibly make here is an 11. Okay. So I'm thinking that my person up here, where is she? I'm thinking that my Madeline's Partners program could possibly score an 11 here. But for most of you, it might be less. But I totally invite you to take a screenshot of this, because these are really great things that every single one of you who wants to enhance their program and improve their program can do. So you're going to give yourself 1 point for each item that describes you. Your maximum score, you could get a 0, you could get an 11. The first one is having a tangible offer, as in telling me exactly what my monthly gift is going to do. The second one is having a name for your program. The third one is being a member yourself. I'm super proud of everyone who donates to their own organization, joins their own monthly giving program. I'm super proud. Okay, yay. Cassia has scored a 7, Heather's a 2, Emma's a 6, B Johnson's a 9, Susie's a 4. Hey, Susie, that's cool that you're a 4. Honestly, take a screenshot of this, and these are all the things right here in this one slide that you can do to enhance your program. So every single one of you, I don't want you beating yourself up if you got a 0 or if you got a 2 or if you got a 1. Here's your cheat sheet for how you can do a much better job. Reviewing your credit card expirations every week or every month, having a separate stewardship plan for your monthly donors, just doing a welcome call, doing a welcome letter. These are a lot of things that you can do to enhance your program, to grow your program. These are whoops, I just went way too fast. These are some great things that you can do. So why launch a monthly giving program? I mean, I've already told you that you will raise 2 to 4 times as much from donors who give than donors who aren't involved in a monthly giving program. The average donor is involved in up to 3 monthly giving programs, and monthly donors are extremely loyal. You have to really, really, really make them mad to get them to break up with you. Or you could just be lazy and have them all on credit cards and not be checking on expired credit cards, or not do a good enough job following up with people who have expired credit cards. Because you know what, expired credit cards, it's like just part of life. I mentioned to you guys that I have a membership program, and I'm going to pop the link in here, and I do a training every single month, and I deal with expired credit cards too. People join my program, they're loving it, they're coming all the time, and all of a sudden their credit card expires, and it's up to me to communicate with them and let them know, hey, you're not getting invited to the workshop because your credit card expired. Click here to renew. So it happens. That's another good reason to think about doing EFT transfer. But the real, like, honest to God truth about doing a monthly giving program is, I mean, time goes by, right? Like this movie Casablanca, time goes by. These people are loyal. They stay on your list. They continue to give to you. They care about you more and more. They are a great pipeline for major gifts. They are a great pipeline for planned gifts. Loyal donors are your best pipeline for planned gifts. So you are not making the most, you're not fundraising on all 4 cylinders if you're not taking advantage of monthly giving. It gives you a very reliable and predictable growing source of revenue. And I want you to know how super proud I am of every single person out there, every single one of you that's doing it. And if all you're doing is just, you have it as an option to give on your donation form, that's cool. You're going to learn so much more today about how to make it better. It's a predictable source of revenue. You can put it in your budget. You can count on it. I just mentioned you've got all these great planned gift prospects and major gift prospects. Monthly donors give 2 to 4 times as much. Their loyalty is through the roof. I mentioned you have to really make them mad to get them to break up with you, because once they start giving to you as a monthly donor, they see you as like part of their family. Their donor identity includes you, and taking care of you is akin literally to them taking care of their family. So they're extremely loyal. It is also, I mean, in case anyone's calculating ROI, type me into the chat if you have a boss who loves ROI, or who looks at ROI, or who cares about ROI, which stands for return on investment. Yay, I love this. I love this because, you know, I feel like a lot of A lot of nonprofit executive directors and board members don't think enough about ROI, and you have the best ROI of every single fundraising strategy through major gift fundraising. It literally costs 2 to 5 cents for every dollar raised. It is the cheapest form of fundraising. So take that to your boss. It's easy for your donors. It saves you money. You don't have to be sending these people an appeal every month, and it helps you plan your finances. So, hey, what's not to love? There is so much to love about monthly giving. And I'm going to run through some quick myths about monthly giving. We may go a teeny bit over, and that's okay. So feel free, if you've got questions, type those into the Q&A box. Sometimes people think, oh, that's for like really big organizations, like that's for like the Red Cross. It's not going to work for us. Absolutely not. That is a myth that is flat out not true. According to Harvey McKinnon, who is a great fundraising thought leader, he's written several amazing books on fundraising, including some really great books on monthly giving, and he is from Canada, and you can see some of his work on his website. He's fantastic. According to Harvey, regardless of your size, you should be able to convert 10% of your donor file. That's pretty big. So if you're struggling to get leadership to make the leap and invest in it, you're going to raise 2 to 4 times as much, and you should be able to mathematically convert 10% of your donor file. It isn't just for young donors, or isn't just for old donors. 45% of donors all over give monthly, 45%, almost half. And it's not a generational thing. 40% of millennials and 49% of Gen Xers are monthly donors. In case you're wondering, well, you know, am I going to get young people? Am I going to get old people? It depends on the channel that you use to recruit them. Okay, that is what is going to determine what age your monthly donors are. But monthly giving is extremely popular. Why is it so popular? It's convenient. It is ridiculously convenient. So one of the most common questions I get, I love what I hope I'm going to pronounce this right. Cassia, if I said that right, hopefully I did. I did, Milena. But she said young people love subscription-based services and Patreon as well. So Patreon, it's kind of like a blog subscription service. I hear it all the time on one of the blogs that I listen to, podcasts. Sorry, I said blogs. One of the podcasts I listen to, Murder with My Husband. I'm super into crime podcast. Okay, so how much should I ask for? I'm going to share, this is kind of like a little bit advanced. So I mentioned to you that I'm here for you, whether you're just starting out or whether you've got an advanced program. For those of you that might just be starting out, here's a couple different options for how to figure out your gift amount. You don't want to go too high, right? One option is to calculate your average gift amount and divide it by 3. So if your average gift is $35, it could be $10. Another way to look at it is to try to double or triple your donors' annual giving. So maybe you're going to do this in targeted segments. If you've got some really strong segments of donors, monthly giving, when you're prospecting for your monthly gifts, monthly giving is a fantastic strategy for your annual fund donors, for donors that are giving small amounts. A lot of people who have sophisticated programs and mid-level programs consider monthly giving may consider it part of their mid-level program. You don't want to convert a major gift donor to a monthly donor. Major gift donors are going to give as major donors, and you're just going to keep that up. So think about monthly giving as a strategy for new donors, for donors who have made 1 or 2 gifts, and for smaller donors. So the other option, if you had like a variety of segments, if you're someone who has a lot of discrepancies around calculating your average gift, you might look at using option B to calculate what is your ask amount. And you might even have different appeal letters. You might even have, just different segments based on that. So that is, I'm just going to move my, but regardless, you want to test different giving amounts. Another great strategy is to have, and you can type it in the chat, and I would guess, because QGive is so awesome, I would guess this is an option when people check out in QGive, where I know on some checkout donation forms, people can have the option, if they're making a one-time gift, where you can suggest that they make the gift monthly, and you can even break it down and ask for what appears to be a smaller gift, but is ultimately a similar gift if it is made, or a little bit larger if it's made monthly. So typical ask amounts are $5 to $35. Those are just some typical ask amount. The higher you go, the lower your response rate is going to go. So, you need to be aware of that. It's, you want to get as many people involved as possible. And the bottom line is you absolutely just have to test. So again, feel free to type in your questions anytime. One of the questions, like my real go-getters who are like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing monthly giving, this is awesome. When should I try to get people to give more as a monthly donor? They need to be making donations to you for at least 6 months. You need to give them at least 6 to 10 months of loving on them. Like you don't just, it's not just that every month they're getting a, yeah, thanks, your gift went through. It is, thanks to you, this is what happened because of your monthly gift. This is the transformation you've made possible for X. So after 6 to 10 months of monthly giving and stewardship, okay, stewardship, my favorite word. After that, if they've been learning how their gifts are making a difference, then you could absolutely upgrade them after 6 to 10 months. Josh asked, how do we make sure not to undermine an animal campaign? And animals, because we were talking about animals earlier. How do we make sure to not undermine an annual campaign that we rely on when introducing a monthly giving program? You are going to raise 2 to 4 times more money from introducing monthly giving. You're not going to raise less money, Josh. You're going to raise more money. So do not stress for one moment about cannibalizing your annual fund by launching monthly giving. You need to have a good program. It needs to be really obvious what good the donor can do. They need to be given a reason to join. It needs to feel like a special exclusive invitation. I'm going to be showing you some good examples of this. Christy said has a great question. How often do you contact monthly givers for stewardship? Same as you would regular annual fund donors? Does it or should it look different? The way that it should look different, Christy, and you guys feel free to type questions into the Q&A just so we are certain we don't overlook anything. But the way that it should look different is that you are expressing to them in your stewardship that they're a monthly donor. Okay, they need to, one of the greatest gifts you can give your donors is the gift of being known by you. And they need to feel like they're in a special club and that they're having a real impact. So that is the way it looks different from stewardship to an annual fund donor. And I actually have some pretty awesome stewardship ideas in here. I think I have 12 different stewardship ideas. So don't worry, you're going to see that. Really quick, if you want to sell this to leadership, charts with money and ROI. Those are the things that you want to use. Hey, 100 monthly donors making an average gift of $10 a month. That's 120 a year. That's $12,000 more that we're going to raise in year one. If we grow it the next year, that's 24,000. If we grow it the next year just by the same amount, that's $36,000. So that's very easy math, and that makes it super easy. Here's a little screenshot here from Bloomerang. This is retention based on an average donor, a first-time donor, a repeat donor, or a monthly donor. I'm not kidding around when I say that they are really loyal. You can also show annual results. Any chart with money, okay? You show them a chart. This is revenue. This is like, here we have the numbers of the money that we've raised on the left. Here we have the numbers of actual people in our program on the right. Money talks, right? It's an easy, simple way to get people attention. This is how it's growing for all of our different programs. Again, I told you this earlier, monthly donors has the highest ROI. You may have board members that get excited about events because they're the kind of people that feel like, oh, I need to give people like a reason to, to give. It can't just be like, oh, join this club. It has to be, oh, come to this event and hear this band. Well, you are going to spend for every dollar you raise, you're going to spend 50 cents doing an event, and your ROI on monthly giving is much better, much better. So these are some examples. An advocacy organization sent a direct mail appeal to 1,100 donors, and they targeted donors giving in between $10 and $100. In the last year, 18 of those became monthly donors. So the cost to raise $1.07, cost to generate a monthly donor $54, but the average monthly donor gives $154 a year. So that's really, really good ROI. There's like your ROI slide. So you're probably wondering, who's the best prospect for me, Rachel? Your best prospects are new or recent donors who have made at least 2 gifts over the last 18 months, donors who are giving to you through multiple channels, and donors who were acquired by mail. So anyone who's made a gift to you relatively new or recent, as in like in the last 18 months, you got to warm them up, and you got to reach out to them while the fire is still burning, while they're still wearing that warm, dewy glow of feeling good about giving to. And hopefully you've done a good job, and you're doing a good job with your stewardship to make that happen. So I'm going to talk about what is in a name and naming your program, and give you some ideas for people who didn't have a name for their program. This is No Kid Hungry, very strong, very solid monthly giving program. If you don't have a monthly giving program, or you want to boost your monthly giving program, you might think about joining another monthly giving program so that you can see how they communicate with you. No Kid Hungry has a very, very successful program, and you should check out their website. You should check out, they have like FAQs about monthly giving. It's a really strong program. Best Friends also has a very strong monthly giving program. We've got any images that you're going to use of, whether you're serving kids, adults, or animals, you want that image to have the subject looking directly at the camera. You want to have a call to action of like, be their guardian angel. That's what their monthly giving program is called. Join us as a partner. Our partners do this, this, and this. One donation every month can do this. And you're telling me what my gift is going to do. So many people just have the option to give monthly on your donation form, because amazing companies like QGive offer you that option. But that you need to have a reason. You need to tell me, if I'm going to click it and I'm going to make my gift monthly, my friend, you have to tell me how much more good my gift is going to do, right? Like, otherwise, why would I do it? Like, I mean, like, you're asking me to do more. Why would I do more? I need to know that I will have more of an impact, and I need to be excited and believe in that impact and be fired up about it in order to choose monthly. So I love this. A monthly gift does even more to protect civil liberties, become a freedom fighter. They've got some photos of people. They're telling me all that I'm going to do if I join their program. These are some sample names for programs: Champions, Advocates, Friends of Blank, Circle of Blank, Friends for Life, Circles of Friends, friends, Hospice Heroes, Carpenters Club. You can think about something related to your mission. There's a really great organization that I adore, Idaho Youth Ranch, and they are in my program, the League of Extraordinary Fundraisers, and it's the Appaloosa. I'm going to say this right. Appaloosa. I hope I said that right. It's a horse. It's a beautiful horse, and it relates a lot to the state of Idaho. It relates to their work because they have an equestrian program. It relates on many levels. So that's what they chose to name your program. So you can think about something that it could be related to your mission, to your founder, to your history, lots of different options. you don't have to have a name to start a program, but it's for those of you who have a program and want to be doing more. And maybe for those of you that all you have right now is just the option to give monthly on your website, start thinking about it. You don't have to lose sleep over coming up with a name. I'm going to give you like the 7 tips to improve your monthly giving. And we're starting with just the basics. Okay. If you have a monthly giving program and you have not donated to it, type me into the chat. We're only gonna encourage you here. Let's just see if there are people who haven't done it yet. And type me if you're like, oh my goodness, Rachel, how could I have forgotten to do this? I have a program. Okay. Christy, no, we know what Christy's going to do this afternoon. She's going to join and mystery shopping, Christy and Natalie and Jolene, is a really great way to know how oh my goodness, I thought I had this autoresponder set up to give donor love infused welcome messages and stewardship pieces. And in reality, I've got a couple typos in here. Or in reality, the next day I got sent another annual fund ask because I didn't have them segmented correctly. So go out there, you beautiful friends, be a guinea pig, join the program yourself, see what communications you're getting. It's important that everyone, even your board, get involved in it. Awesome. Drive traffic to your donation page, not your homepage. You know what? Everybody's promoting a lot of different things on their homepage. And let's be honest, it can get messy. It can get confusing. There can be too many calls to action. Make new monthly donor welcome calls. Type me into the chat if you make phone calls welcoming new monthly donors. If you pick up this thing and you make a call and you say, thank you so much. Yay, Lizette. Yay, Madeline. Yay, Candace. Yay, Brett. That is awesome. That's a huge piece of making them feel special, making them feel loved, making them feel seen, making them feel appreciated. So have different ask amounts for monthly gift. Okay, this is the one-time gifts for Idaho Youth Branch. People are not going to choose a $1,500 monthly gift. That's not going to happen. Okay, so these are much smaller amounts for monthly gifts that starts at $7. But people are not going to choose. It has to be different. And Josh asked, how do you distinguish a monthly giving program from a legacy giving program, and should they be rolled out at different times? Monthly giving is different than planned giving. Okay. Monthly giving, monthly people who are donating to you monthly are great prospects to name you in their will or estate. That's planned giving. If you don't know what planned giving is, you should run those campaigns at different times. And you should also be running these campaigns to the right segments. You should be doing proper segmentation. You can't treat every person on your file like the exact same person, because you know what? We're all different, right? We talked about this at the beginning. Some of us love cats. Some of us love dogs. Max, say hi again. This is Max, in case you came in late, didn't get to see this cute sleeping dog on my lap. He doesn't bark, therefore he gets invited to webinars. But people are different, and you need to treat with I've already said it 3 times. I won't repeat it. Last time, the greatest gift you can give your donors is the gift of being known by you. I love this example for the ACLU. One time monthly, it tells me what a monthly gift is going to do. It has different smaller amounts for monthly giving, and it has the option here to do EFT. EFT, as I mentioned earlier, averages 98% retention, 98% retention. So BJ said, what about to people we don't have anything other than an email for? 3 of my monthly donors give via workplace programs because they're gift match, but we only have their names, not a snail mail. Okay, well, then you're going to send them a nice card, and maybe you're going to in that card have a survey, a link to a survey that they can take, and maybe there's an incentive for that survey for them to give you their phone number or their mailing address. Here's some, yay, Lizette loves Max the dog. So here's some more tips for those of you who have a program and want to improve it. Use a pop-up box to invite donors to consider monthly giving. Love it, hate it, Pop-up boxes work. I've got pop-up boxes on my website. If you go to my website, you'll see 2 pop-up box. Love them, hate them. They literally work, and they especially work really, really good for monthly giving. You could have a pop-up box before people check out to make a donation, encouraging them to make their gift monthly instead. And one study, pop-ups increased recurring giving 64% and didn't reduce one-time gifts. So they really do work. Love them, hate them. They absolutely work. This is an example. Before we process your gift, would you consider something? And they're basically saying, convert my gift into a $15 monthly gift. And it's pre-selected, or no, just process my one-time gift. So this was a study that was done by Next After, and it drove a 64% increase in recurring gifts. Please type your questions, my friends, into the Q&A box so we don't forget them or overlook them. This is an example from after I made a donation. I was challenged to make my donation weekly. This was a hilarious gif of him like Biden like motioning me to get in the car and make this gift weekly before election. So again, pop-up box work. You can also consider having, this is awesome. Yes, awesome. And QGive has that option, so you could use that. You need to have a system to prevent and recover lapsed cards. I mean, that is huge. Wrong way. In one study, 75% of canceled payments got 0 follow-up. So I shared with you, I have an awesome program. If you're having fun with me today and you're like, I want more training from Rachel in my life, check out League of Extraordinary Fundraisers. But I deal with lapsed credit cards all the time. People aren't signing up for my program using their bank account. They're signing up using their like expense card at work. And someday that credit card's going to expire. I have to follow up with people who are loving my program and tell them, oh my goodness, this happened. So I want you to type in and tell me if you follow up with lapsed cards weekly, type weekly. If you follow up with it monthly, type monthly. If you are not following up at all, type no. So it's weekly, monthly, or no. Okay, Mandy's monthly, Amy's monthly, Madeline's monthly. Someone has to be a no. Okay, Andy, that's you got to do it. I mean, you got to do it. And not only do you have to do it, Andy, Christy said, yikes, I have no idea. Andy and Christy, my beautiful friends, not only do you have to do it, you're going to have to do it like at least 3 times. You may have to do it 5 times. I mean, I have to do it at least 3 times, and I would do it 5 times if I had more time. It's just me doing all my own stunts on here. Emma hasn't had any lapsed cards yet. You will, Emma. You may have a ton at once. It's gonna happen. It's life. Try to do EFT transfer, because you'll have 98% retention from not losing them, from them changing their bank at least. Okay, well, so Lindsay started in September 2021. It's going to happen one day that you're going to have a lapsed credit card. So you need to be on it. You need to be looking at it weekly, looking at it monthly. There are some services that you can get that will give alerts to your donors, that will give alerts to you, like Credit Card Updater, and seek out solutions for doing updates. But you can't be embarrassed, afraid, nervous, tongue-tied, mealy-mouthed, or feel like you're bothering your donors to let them know that their credit card expired. They love you. They want to give to you. This is something that is a technicality that happened, and in no way does it have anything to do with their love for you. And I'm always like blown away by how sometimes nonprofits can feel so nervous and anxious and like, oh, I'm only going to ask them once, and should I even do that? Heck yes, you should do that. So for my friend that wanted stewardship ideas, here you go, my friends. A welcome call, a certificate, especially if you've got like a branded program like the Bear Hug Club, a welcome kit. Maybe you are a park and your welcome kit is like some trail maps, some trail mix, some, I don't know, some seeds, some native wildflower seeds. Maybe it's a behind the scenes video that's like a really like exciting, like, welcome, we're so thankful to you for doing this. Because of you, we're going to be able to do this much more good. You're the best thing ever. Make it short, make it like 60 seconds. Maybe you've got a client testimonial video. Maybe you're going to send that for the first month or the second month. Maybe you're going to do a handwritten note. Include your business card in case they want to reach out to you. Maybe you're going to give them a special update that, you know, only they are going to get. Here's a link to, if you want the slides, you're going to get them after if you had any problems downloading them. I uploaded them, hope it works. Birthday card, that's, you know, an anniversary card, the anniversary of when they first joined your monthly giving program. That is like an unsung awesome holiday for donors. A photo with a note on the back, it could be, that is the most inexpensive stewardship. So, and it could be like a photo of the kids in your program, or one kid in your program, or an animal, a video, email, some inexpensive gift like a sticker, a temporary tattoo, a bookmark, a note card, something, you know, like maybe it's a note card and it's like a photo of your beautiful botanical gardens, or a gorgeous polar bear, or, you know, something like that. So 12 amazing stewardship ideas. I have a healthy obsession with stewardship. And if you want even more stewardship ideas, I'm going to pop a download that I made just on donor love. Okay. EFT is a really great strategy to improve your monthly giving program. Offer it as a default. That's, you know, people giving directly from their bank account. Because it relies on bank account information, that typically is active for 16 years. Your average credit card is active for 9 months. So for those of you who have like not seen any loss or lapsing with credit cards, if your program is 9 months or less, buckle up. Only 33% of organizations accept EFT payment, but adding EFT, sorry, I'm going to show you what it looks like in just a second here. Adding EFT doesn't decrease your conversion, and it can boost your lifetime value of your donors by 55% because they're sticking around and they're not changing. That information isn't changing. So that's what it looks like. PayPal, credit card, bank account withdrawal. That's what it looks like if you offer giving through EFT. Okay, I think we're going to talk about upgrading, but the best, I mentioned 6 to 10 months, and we're almost done. So again, type your questions into the Q&A, especially if I haven't answered it yet. I mentioned that you need to be stewarding those monthly donors for 6 to 10 months before you give them a call and ask them for an upgrade. But if you did it well and you stewarded them well for the past like 6 to 10 months, you can expect 10 to 30% of them to upgrade. That's according to Harvey McKinnon and his book, How to Create Lifelong Donors Through Monthly Giving, which is a great read. Why would my donor want to upgrade? Well, you asked me. Maybe I came in at $5 a month and I frankly could do more. Maybe I'm super happy with how you've been updating me on how my donations are making a difference. Maybe you've been really loving on me and sending me good stewardship. Maybe the need's getting more. Maybe you're serving more kids, or you're trying to expand your programs, or there's some benefit to me for increasing my gift. So here's some examples. This is a great example. I mentioned Team Appaloosa. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but it's this beautiful spotted horse here. And this is an example from one of my amazing students who's in my program. And I'll pop a link in here if you're interested, if you want a little more fundraising training from you know who, me. We're actually covering how to make over your board this month. Really popular topic, something a lot of people are challenged by. But this Team Appaloosa is the name of their branded monthly giving program. It fits in with their mission. It fits in with their kids. They have an equine therapy program. So in what's unique about here is in your appeal to a donor to become a monthly donor, you need to thank them for their giving. These are donors. You're not starting with an ask. You're starting with a thanks. You're telling them how much impact they're having. You're telling them how important they are. And then you're introducing this very special program. You're talking about the significance of your program. You're talking about all the benefits that they get when they join. You're introducing it as something special and something exclusive. This is very, very well done. I'm so proud of her. She did a really great job. So yeah, this is an example from Best Friends. They've got a pre-filled amount, and we're going to tell them what happens after I join. As a thank you for joining, you're going to get regular updates about some of the animals you rescued that needed you most. That sounds like something I want to hear about. Here's another one. So charity water, if endless inspiration here. And again, type your questions into the chat. I'm going to be digging right into those in just a second. I love how she's looking directly at the camera. Love how they're telling me exactly what tangible impact my gift is going to have. And I love how they have a pre-filled gift amount. Okay. Their program is called the Spring. So again, it's not just about giving people the option to give. It's telling them what tangible impact their gift will have. How much more good can they do? How many more people can they serve? How many more kids can they feed? How many more animals can they vaccinate, or babies can they vaccinate? I put this link in here. If you are interested in getting a little more help or coaching, I'm going to dig in and answer your awesome questions. There's just a few of them in the Q&A, so don't be shy and don't hesitate to type them in. Madeline says, my team has been hesitant to expand our monthly gift ask through direct mail, but you mentioned people who give by mail are some of our best prospects. Yes, they are, Madeline. Why is it that they are good prospects? Any information I can share to convince them of this? So this is just from research that's done on monthly giving programs. People who give by mail, people who give multi-channel are some of your best prospects. So I hope that is helpful. It's from research. And and I would say, think about the cost of your direct mail piece and think about the benefits of getting all of those donors in. If you want to make a good argument, I would show them the money. Consider what your average response rate is on your direct mail appeal and apply that to your monthly giving. And I think you'd have some pretty good ROI that could actually sell them on it. So that's my advice, Madeline. Josh said, okay, I already answered Josh's earlier. About he asked, do you ask your monthly givers also go to your annual campaign and vice versa? Certain annual campaigns, like end of year, absolutely. And if it's a special campaign, would you like to chime in?
Oh no, I think this is good.
Awesome. Yes, awesome. Okay, so yeah, definitely for end of year, you definitely want, if there's, I would say Giving Tuesday, I would say end of year. I would say also if you had some other special campaign, I would definitely reach out to your monthly donors and invite them any planned giving marketing that you're doing or ask or events. That is what Melina and I would recommend to you, Josh. Heather said, what are some of your favorite unique stewardship ideas for monthly donors different than regular donors? Oh my goodness. So I shared a lot of those. I would say the biggest one, and I don't know how quote unquote unique anyone thinks this is, and I am popping in my donor love download for you. But picking up the phone. Oh my God. I mean, do you ever feel like people don't just pick up the phone anymore and just thank someone or call someone? I mean, I'm super down with texting, and you can do a text to thank them, and you can do a video email to thank them. Those are just a few. But picking up the phone, I became a monthly donor to a nonprofit organization, and it was during COVID. It was an animal care organization, and they picked up the phone to call me and just check on me, and like, it warmed my heart so much. Like many of you at that time, I was feeling disconnected and lonely and just isolated. And I'm sure we all felt like that. And it made me feel so special and seen that they called me on the phone just to say hi. So I would say pick up the phone, and if you don't get them, leave a message and say your name slowly and repeat your name a few times. I feel like we get nervous and we say it really fast. And if they want to call back and get to know you, we want them to remember your name. Lizette, Mrs. Phone Calls. Michelle asked for thoughts on social media campaigns to increase monthly giving. You know what I'm going to encourage you to follow, Michelle? I actually had some of that in this presentation, but we only had an hour and it's like so much stuff to cover. But I would encourage for you to look at um, what Soy Dog on Facebook. Soy Dog, basically, there are animal care organization in Thailand, and they exploded their growth of monthly giving donors using social media. And they are in Thailand. Most of their donors are women in the US. And they have like just exploded their growth. So that's a good example of a social media campaign. It's it's all about having a two-step campaign where you're going to encourage people to take an action, like sign a petition, or you do something, and then you're going to watch a video, vote for something, and then you are going to retarget them. So that's my example for social media campaigns. Someone anonymously do you suggest contacting folks via phone or email when asking them to join a monthly program? So I would do an appeal. I would do a direct mail appeal and an email appeal if I had enough budget to do both. I would do an appeal like the written one that you saw from Idaho Youth Branch. You can absolutely also do a telemarketing campaign via phone. You need to have a good speaker. You need to have a good script. You can do this. I mean, your best prospect, remember, is someone who, I'm sorry, Daisy, thank you for sharing that. Soy Dog does use really graphic images. So I want to warn that. It's, they're treating abused animals. So I do want to let you know that you can also check out No Kid Hungry. Those are not graphic images. But yeah, there are a lot of really great, Human Rights Campaign has a really strong monthly giving program. So yeah, you can do telemarketing, you can do direct mail, you can do email. These are the first thing you're going to do is thank these people for giving. Then you're going to tell them how much of an impact their gift made. Then you're going to tell them about the bigger impact that they can have by joining your monthly giving program. Betsy asked, how do you craft a tangible appeal and steward donors if you deliver multiple programs? We are university, most donors give to student support, research, and medicine. So you need to understand what your donors are passionate about, and you need to communicate to your donors about what they are passionate about. If you have multiple programs, you could do a donor survey and you can find out what programs your donors are the most passionate about. Stephanie asked, do new donors need several touches before they're asked to become a monthly donor? So you can ask a new donor to become a monthly donor after 6 to 10 months if you've been giving them really good stewardship. They need to hear from you. They should get a donor, you need to report back on how their gifts have made a difference. If you report back on how their gifts have made a difference, and that's been over, and it needs to be at least 6 months with regular stewardship, then do it. 6 months, invite them to become actually, that was the rule, I believe, for upgrading. The 6 to 10 months was when should I upgrade a monthly donor. So new donors do need several touches before they become a monthly donor. But it's really, and you might do this audit. I recommend consider this. Map out, get some post-it notes, get some yellow post-it notes, get some pink ones, get some green ones. Okay, yellow, pink, and green. And yellow is going to be all of the communication that is just not segmented. Your email newsletter, stuff that is not segmented. Okay, that's just like kind of your average noise that your organization is sending out. And pink is going to be communication like that is, for a segment, and green is going to be like personal communication. What does it look like for you? Is it like a sea of like yellow, like, oh my God, everyone's getting treated? No, we're not doing any segmentation, and we're not doing enough to thank our donors. Like, what is your thanking your donor is your best strategy for getting that donor to give again. It needs to be tangible. They need to feel like their gift really made an impact. It needs to be a good thank you. Awesome. So someone asked, what are your tips to make your monthly giving program scalable? How do we correctly steward them if the program keeps growing and our team is small? You can do a lot of great stewardship through email. You can use personalization in your email, and you can do a lot of really great stewardship that you can just set like as a drip campaign. You can also use awesome tools to thank your donors via texting, and have like a photo of like a success story, and invite them, thanks to you. A month ago you made your first gift, or a month ago, or 6 months ago, or 2 years ago, you started giving to us, and thanks to you, this has happened. Okay, awesome. So yeah, just because your team is small, there are a lot of these things that you can automate. You could get one great video from the field, and you could send that to your donors. I made this just for you, can be the subject line, and it can say dear first name. So I feel like there's so much personalization that people can do that they're not taking advantage of. And it doesn't have to be this laborious, I write this thank you card and I put stickers all over it. Doesn't have to be like that. You can have volunteers do that too. Just make sure that you have someone sign it and put in their business card too, because no one wants to get a signed thank you card that's like, thank you from the American Cancer Society. And you're like, who the heck wrote this there? I don't know. Was this a board member? Was this the development director? Heather Murphy said, thanks for asking my first question. So since we need to steward annual donors too, wouldn't there be a lot of overlap but how we steward an annual donor versus a monthly donor? I love this question and I love this topic. And one of the things that I teach people in my little monthly program is all about segmentation, all about email, and all about you need to have a communication plan, Heather, for the different segments of donors that you have at your organization. You need to have a communication plan for monthly donors. You need to have a communication plan for annual donors. You need to have a communication plan and portfolio for your major gift donors. Starbucks knows that the average customer will spend $14,000 in their lifetime at Starbucks. So they can make informed decisions about how they go out and acquire new customers. I am going to spend a lot more money than that at Starbucks because I really love coffee. So do my kids. Well, my kids don't really drink coffee, but they love every other Starbucks product. And so does my husband. So we're going to spend a lot more. But if you know how much if you know what your value is, of an annual donor or a monthly donor, you can make informed decisions about your acquisition budget on going out to get them. And there can be overlap in how you steward an annual donor and a monthly donor. And the great thing about that, to go back to the fantastic question from our anonymous friend, is when you plan it, you can leverage the overlap and you can be like, oh, I can send this message to these people and I can also send it to these people. I'm doing segmentation and I'm using personalization, and I can give a heartfelt message to the right audience at the right time. So that's, another commercial for being impeccable with your stewardship, being impeccable with your email, being impeccable with personalization, and leveraging it all to the best of your abilities. my anonymous friend asked, and we still, oh, I know I'm 2 minutes over, but I asked, and Milena was kind enough. Oh, say goodbye, Max. Say goodbye to everybody. Well, he might hop up, but I'm still going to be around. But our anonymous friend said, how do you segment donors and communications when you have a small budget and a staff of 2? You do the best job that you can do. You get some volunteers to help you, and you do the best job that you can do. Maybe you've got segmenting donors. Listen, segmenting donors is not a nice to do. It's a must do. It is a must do, because if you don't treat people like the beautiful, special unicorns that they are, they're not going to stick around on your list, because they're going to get things from you on your list like, thanks for coming to our gala last night. And Melena's like, sorry, I don't live in Chicago and I totally did not go to your gala. What the heck? And she's going to be like, they don't even know who they're talking to. This is so gross. What am I doing on this? Like, she's going to be turned off by that. And your donors are going to be turned off by that. So you're going to do it because you're going to be like, these are my donors. This is the anniversary of their gift. I'm going to send them something special, like an email on the anniversary of their gift. These are my monthly donors. You're going to add tags in order to segment your donors properly, and you're going to use personalization. And you can do that whether you have a staff of 1 or 2 or 3 or 300. It's worth it to do it, because you will keep more donors and make your donors feel known by you. So there you have it, sports fans. Pop any more questions that you have. I think
Looks
our
like we
next
might
slide has like our contact information too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, I mean, thanks for joining, everybody. We will be sending out an email tomorrow with all of the slides and the handouts that Rachel included in the chat and mentioned today, as well as some more information and resources from the QGIve team on how to build out a recurring giving program. Oh, and I love the comments. People are so nice. This is so great. We love recurring giving. I also have QGIV's website and then Rachel Muir's information too. So please don't forget to check out her website and review all of the handouts on her website as well. It was great having everybody here. We will be in touch shortly, and keep an eye on your inboxes tomorrow. We'll talk
Thank
to
you
you
so
later.
much. Thanks a lot. This was a blast.